What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below. As usual, go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled You're Confusing These Young Black Girls. I did the boys yesterday. We gonna go in on this one too. First and foremost, you're telling these little young girls that they can do anything that a boy can do. Why? Because you're not telling them that they're not boys. You're not telling them that, you can do this, but you just have to do it with the girls. You're initially telling them that whatever boys can do, you can do it too. So you're just gonna just let these girls just go out at a young age with the mentality that whatever these boys could do, I could do it too. So by the time they get grown women, whatever these men can do, I could do it too. Which is causing a lot of them to have issues because they realize they're not boys. They're not men. They can't do everything that men can do, just like men can't do everything women can do. So to tell them that they could just do it all, you're confusing them. Because they feel like something wrong with them when they can't do it all. You're confusing young black girls because you're telling them they're beautiful, but then you're telling them something wrong with their hair. Something wrong with your hair. I'm tired of doing your hair. It's easier to put a weave or a perm in your hair, but you beautiful though. But if I make your hair look like this, you really be beautiful. And she's looking at y'all only feel beautiful when you get your hair permed, a wig on, colored, a non-black color. That's when you start smiling. You're confusing these girls. You're confusing these girls by telling them that men are no good and have them scheming on little boys to use boys without telling them that, you know what? I'm training you to be no good, but I'm telling you that the men are no good. So now you got women out here doing just scandalous type stuff. They've been doing that for years, but scandalous type stuff. And but I'm doing it to a man. It doesn't count. I don't understand. I thought I could not have morals and ethics if I was dealing with a man. I don't get it. Because men are dogs. Yes, I tried to destroy his life, but because he's a man. But, the misogynists are holding us back. No. You're confusing these young girls. You're telling these young girls that they need to get an education and use their head, and at the same time, you teaching them how to twerk. So you're telling them that they need to, be sharp up here, but they need to be a stripper? Okay. So you're telling these young girls that, men need to watch themselves and not be hypersexual. But you're telling them that they can go out and be hypersexual. Wear whatever you want. Act as raunchy as you want to. Be as overtly sexual as you want to. Those men need to control themselves. But you're not telling these young ladies to control themselves? Okay. You're telling these young ladies, that you used to tell them, watch out for these men on the down low who are gay. You know, they'll be with you and be with another man and they could give you something. And now you telling these same young women it's okay if you're gay and you can be with a woman and then sleep with a man and nothing's wrong with that. Oh, okay. Okay. You're telling these young women that they don't need a man. And then you're telling these women, these young girls, that men need to do stuff for them. You're really confusing these young girls. You're telling these girls that, you don't need a man. As a matter of fact, make sure these men know that you don't need them. And when they leave, you were abandoned. So now they're walking around with abandonment issues when they were taught to run people off. Okay. Oh, okay. You're telling these women that, what men think and say and want doesn't matter. And you shouldn't cater to no man. But at the same time, you're telling them men should listen to you and do what you think and what you think matters and put you on a pedestal. You're confusing these girls because it makes no sense. You're telling these young girls that, women need their own female space. But you're telling them to always interject themselves in male spaces. No, you don't see the problem with that. Oh, okay. You're telling these young black girls that, if black men are traitors if they date outside their race or deal with people outside their race, while you're telling them that they need to get them a white man. Or you're telling them that they should be able to deal with white women because they're under the umbrella of sisterhood. The same white women that the black men are traitors for being with, they're arm in arm with as sisters against patriarchy. You're confusing these girls. You're telling these girls to be religious and spiritual and follow the word of God. But when the word of God says something that they don't like, you telling these girls they ain't got to listen to that. Only God could judge them. What is going on here? You're confusing these girls. You're telling these girls that, a man should never put his hands on a woman, while you're telling them that they can just haul off and punch, kick, and stab and shoot at men. And men just ain't going to do nothing back. Ever. And they just go out into the world actually thinking that's true. I don't understand. You're telling these girls that because they're women, everything that they do should be forgiven. But if a man were to do it, it's unforgivable. So unforgivable actions are forgivable if women do them. You're telling these women that good men aren't fun. And then bad boys are fun. And then when they're suffering, you're not telling them, well, maybe I made you like the wrong person. You're confusing these young women. But I'm done. That's my 10 minutes. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.